I have the absolute honor and privilege of introducing Marylise Bassan, who is the CEO and founder of ROAR Coaching and Consulting. And like I mentioned with Megan, she's got all sorts of different accolades. She's a mindset and resilience coach as well, a TEDx speaker, all of these different, an author. She's coming out with her second book. There's so many accolades that I could share. And the most important one is the two words that I came up with Marylise was passionate courage. As we've journeyed together, I've witnessed Marylise, and I could call her a friend and a sister and a colleague like all of these other women that you'll see here today and many others. And what I've witnessed in Marylise is a desire and a passion to live her deepest, boldest, bravest, most authentic life. And the depth with which she journeys there. You know, it was just maybe a year ago or maybe even less. No, it was over a year ago. But she had a dream, and it came through in one of our experiences in this dream that didn't necessarily make any sense for what was alive in her life at the time. I'm looking at Marylise right now, and I want to see her and like love on her right now, but I'm going to look at you guys. But, but she had a dream. And she had this dream, and it didn't, and just like all of our dreams, if that makes sense to you, like I have a dream and it doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense for what's alive in my life right now. She was living in London, and the dream was to move to South Africa again, and what that would mean for her family and everything she was going to need to do. And she only could tell the one step she was going to take because it was the dream. It's what she saw. And so she decided to take the step even without knowing what was going to happen, and even with all the inconvenience that created in her life at the level of fact with her eyes. Although there was something much more beautiful, miracles that were about to unfold because she had the courage, the passionate courage to take the step in the direction of her dream, not knowing what was going to unfold. And so I am so honored and thrilled to introduce Marylise, who has passionate courage in everything that she does, and a depth of authenticity and a depth of character that I am so thrilled for you to experience and witness. So let's welcome Marylise.
I met Andrew when we were 5 years old. We grew up together in Bredasdorp, a small little town near the most southern tip of Africa. He became like a brother to me. And like many sibling relationships, I loved him so much, but it was also quite complicated. Over 40 plus years, he was there for me. I was there for him. He wasn't there for me. I wasn't there for him. We had phenomenal times, and they were tough times. On the 22nd of February last year, I hear a ping on my phone. It's a message from Andrew's mum. Andrew is in ICU with acute pancreatitis. His condition is critical but stable. Wait, what? Andrew in ICU with acute pancreatitis. Today of all days. I'm flying to London tonight. I'm delivering a raw masterclass in just a few hours. I must see Andrew before I go. I jump out of bed, cancel the masterclass, and finish packing. When I get to the ICU, Andrew is lying there on a ventilator. The nurse next to his bed signals, "Come over." I walk closer. I hear the heart rate monitor. Beep, beep, beep. I take Andrew's hand. He opens his eyes. The whites of his eyes are completely yellow. He tries to pull the ventilator out to tell me something, but the nurse stops him. "No." I squeeze his hand. Relax. Relax, relax. Andrew stares at me with empty eyes. It's okay, you can tell me later. I love you so much, and I'll see you in 2 weeks when I'm back. He nods. I head to the airport. He's in good hands. He'll be okay. The next morning, I'm arriving at Heathrow Airport. I switch on my phone. I see the message. So sorry about Andrew's passing, dearest Marlies. How is this possible? I saw him just last week. We were having sushi in Cape Town. In true Andrew style, he was poking fun at the waiter. We were laughing. Moments later, he was throwing back a tequila and another one, pouring his heart out, drowning in his own suffering. His inner bully, loud and clear. And while he's speaking, I'm seeing these visions. I'm seeing myself at 20 with an eating disorder. I hear these voices inside saying, you're fat. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You're disgusting. You're damaged goods. I hear these voices, and I'm so desperate to silence them. I exercise obsessively. I binge eat. I purge, sometimes multiple times a day, until it became so bad I couldn't hide it anymore, and I no longer wanted to. And I decided that enough is enough. I made the decision to get help and went to rehab. And I'm wondering what makes me so lucky that I can sit here, that I've been able to get through my eating disorder in my 20s, that I've been able to get through work addiction and burnout in my 30s. What makes me so lucky that I got through my addictions? And I realized it wasn't luck. I made a choice. I let my inner roar speak. It's the reason why Roar exists today, why I put an entire program together, because it wasn't easy to choose it and get through it in my 20s or even in my 30s. But after identifying and understanding the tools and taking myself through it time and time again, and taking countless other people through it, I want to shake Andrew and say, you don't have to live this way. You have a choice. And you don't have to do this alone. I can help you. But I sit there in silence, too afraid that he'll push me away. The next morning, when I left Andrew's house, he was still in bed with Charlie and Pam, his beloved French bulldogs. I hugged him. I didn't know it would be for the very last time. I may have been silent with Andrew, but I will not be silent anymore, and neither should you. I'm saying this to you. I'm saying this to me. Enough is enough. You have a choice. Let your inner roar speak. I am Marlies de Villiers-Vasson, founder of Roar, and I am here to help.
Thank you so much, Marlies. That was incredible. Can we give it up for Marlies? She also has my favorite haircut ever. When I have a little bit more courage, you're going to see me like this, because this is my dream, like pink. I love pink. So we have so many beautiful comments from all of you guys that have flooded in the chat and to the team and all of those things. Like, people who are so proud. No more silence. Everyone's in tears. It's amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you for having the courage to take the step, to make the choice, that is one of the most courageous things that any of us can do, is actually have the awareness, which is what you shared, is like to have the awareness to make the choice to say, you know what, I don't know what to do right now, I just need help. And now you're the person that people can come to for help. How does it feel? You know, you guys, I've had the privilege of now, you know, Marilise came in from South Africa. So to LA, she's been here for, hello people, hello. She came in from South Africa. And, you know, as we were preparing to share the journeys and the messages, and you guys, this has been so profound. Like the opportunity to share story and do it together is so profound. And I know some of you guys, I see some of you guys in the audience who have done this process of sharing stories. I see you, Jennifer, I see you guys. And it's just so powerful. But one of the things that I loved was, you know, you were sitting there, you were so relaxed. And she's like, Maya, there's like no chatter. There's nothing, there's no bully. There's no inner voice. Like, is that normal? But it is for Marilise now, it is for you now, because that's the work that you do and have been doing and so committed to. And who would love that? Like, who would love to live a life where that inner bully has gone away? It's so beautiful. So I'm just curious for you, like, how does it feel that you get to help people let go of that inner bully, the one that judges them and criticizes them, and actually allow them to have the experience that you're having now of like, wow, Marilise.
I mean, it's the ultimate form of freedom. And I think for me, it's every time someone has that moment where, you know, we stand guard at the door of our minds, our very, very busy minds, and we know that the majority of thoughts are negative thoughts and, you know, can get very noisy inside there. And for me, really, to see those little shifts in people, and it's really sometimes those small little shifts, and it's the celebrating the small wins. I've had to learn that the hard way, I guess. You know, it's like an all or nothing, you know, the personality is always like perfectionism. And so there's so much going on in terms of, you know, leaning into every moment and making every moment a moment where you make a conscious choice about how you're going to respond. And it's the life curriculum. I'm still, you know, practicing it, but I know there's, you know, the way to do it. And it's really about being present and courageous and passionate.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
And look at the gallery. Like, I see Margot with your huge smile and the love, like a big heart emoji, and Ivy and Doris and Magdi and Angie. Oh, hello, Magdi. It's so great to see you. And Robin and Maria and everybody just amplifying. Like, you guys are, I can see you on the screen. You guys are amplified yourself, and you're doing such a beautiful job at amplifying one another and supporting and celebrating. So thank you. What shifts have happened in your life as a result of sharing more your authentic message and truth and amplifying your message into the world?
I think, first of all, it's the, you know, I am good enough. I think for me, the narrative for a very long time has always been, you know, you're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You're not thin enough. Just never fill in the blank enough. And so for me, it's that I truly believe, like you, Maya, your message is always for you first. And so I'm now very conscious about, you know, being very, very present with every next level I'm leaning into, you know. So it's, you know, we're not necessarily choosing the easy road when we choose a better life and we choose to lean into your dream life. There's some obstacles coming your way and some challenges and opportunities coming your way. But I think it's really having that grace and that compassion and that kindness with yourself, that and that confidence that you can overcome anything that life throws at you. And then ultimately joy. You know, I think of Jennifer and I think of everybody, you know, who's part of the Joyly community, and I'm like, joy is such an important part of it, because, you know, what's the point of doing it if you don't enjoy the process?
Oh, for sure.
And the moment.
I love that. And that's the greatest gift of all. The greatest gift of all is exactly what you're sharing, is that freedom. The freedom of mind and heart to be able to live the life that you would love to live and create it in the way that you would love to create it without the chatter. Doesn't mean it totally goes away, but it could. And so I love that. Now, what does AmplifyHER mean to you?
I mean, it's kind of what it says on the tin, and I do genuinely believe that, you know, it's an inner game. Like, inner roar is there for a reason, because we've got to first conquer our own inner bully and find our inner roar, and then we can show up to amplify others, you know. But we've got to amplify ourselves first. It starts with us, and then we can rise by lifting everybody else. So I think we've got it kind of backwards in today's world. You know, we're so conditioned to live for everything that's happening outside of us, and it's this big performance, you know, we're all doing. And I think it's important to go inside, to recognize, you know, the version that I become. If I amplify me, then I can amplify everybody around me. And, you know, this is such a beautiful community of women. I'm so honored actually to be, I feel like I know so many people on here already, so that's so cool as well, you know.
It is so beautiful. I actually was sharing
together.
I was sharing with the whole group. I said the people who are coming, and, you know, all of us shared with our communities and what have you, but I said the people who are coming, these are the most, and that's you,
yeah,
the most beautiful hearts in the world. Like, the most beautiful hearts in the world are coming to be here in celebration and support, and to amplify within and then amplify outside. Like, so beautiful. So thank all of you. Thank you for being that sort of community where your heart is so felt. And so let's give it up for Marilise.
Wow.
Thank you. And if you would love to connect more with Marilise, then you can go ahead and scan the QR code that's coming up right now.